My name is Linda Jackson, and I am the artistic director of Los Angeles Metropolitan Opera. We are a regional opera company based in the west side of Los Angeles. Our mission is to bring opera to people at a more personal level. And what I mean by personal, the audience is a smaller audience. The venue is a cozier venue. But the most important thing is we research the stories of the operas, the historic period that the opera is in, find the connection. Well, where is this character's humanity? What is this character struggling with? I think opera is so phenomenally beautiful, and as a person who my first studies was psychology, it's like, wow, how did these guys know this?
I think that it's just given a deeper meaning to what it is to be a performer and what it is to make a production come together. It's very educational, it's very cathartic in a lot of ways. I mean, it's why we're all here. We have a really special connection to being creative.
And they all sing together in three-part harmony, but the other ladies are not saying death.
Right.
They're saying love.
Right. Yeah, they're saying amor, and Carmen's saying l'amour.
Right. That's going to be great.
A lot of people might know of opera from seeing it in the movies. For example, The Pretty Woman has an opera scene in it. Changsha Redemption has a Mozart piece in it. That's fine. So we're not a movie. The way we do it is I make sure that the pure emotion that's being expressed is evident to the audience. Our next opera is Carmen, which we have done before. But when we did Carmen before, we did what most companies do. We get out the score and then we learn our parts and we sing it. But now that we're in the habit of, well, what are we singing? Well, what does it mean? How does it touch today's audience? The way I try to get the singer out of the singer head and into the actor head, I ask the singer, how do we get this message across to the audience?
I think the thing about opera in particular, this idea that it's not for everybody somehow. Some people somehow think that it's above them, some level of culture or intellect that's required for it, which just couldn't be more inaccurate in my opinion, because this music is just some of the most beautiful, ubiquitous music that's ever been written, and people will come to see these performances and not realize that they know that this music and they recognize these songs. They just didn't know that they knew them. And so it just gives a really richer understanding of the world around you, in my opinion, to experience this and then realize that you are more connected to the things around you than you realized. And that really happens a lot with opera. You know, so many people, you just hear da-dun-dun-dun, like people know that, but not everybody can name like where it's from, right? But then you go and you do a performance like this, you make the tickets very accessible, they come, they see it for whatever reason, and they realize, oh, I know this, and it's very validating, I feel, for a lot of people. And then for us that put it together, it's nice to make people feel more connected to their environment.
So we'll do the square down here on the floor, and and I know there's a club scene.
Yes, yeah, the club.
That we can do up on the apron there.
Why,
so.
Max, that's a great idea. We don't have to change.
That's right. That's what
you noticed, didn't you?
Always thinking, that's me.
I would like for people to come to our performance and experience how much we love them. You know, when you tell someone a story that they can relate to and that feeds them, I think that's love. And that's how I feel whenever when I prepare a show for the audience. I'm so grateful to the people for coming. I want to make sure that they get nourished and stimulated and so forth. And I think we achieved that.
During COVID, one of the most innovative things I've ever seen anyone do in this industry was Linda putting together this virtual showcase where all the performers sang arias in front of a green screen, and then we had a videographer come in and put like the backdrop from like whatever opera that was from. But it was just so unique and so unusual, and again, I've never seen anything like it. I loved it. It's one of my favorite productions I've probably ever been involved with, period, not just with the opera world.
Being the small organization that we are, having support from the county is a game changer. To have someone, a government entity, encourage us like that, it gives me the excitement, it gives me the energy to keep pushing and keep doing it.